Today, we are tackling the orchard area. So I'm thinking about doing a chip drop. See, look at all those grapes. Can't even see my fig tree. Don't let it get this far. But it's very much worth it. It is very much worth it to me. Good morning. Welcome to Yellow Door Urban Homestead. I am Asia and I'm an urban gardener growing in a small space out in my backyard. Today, we are tackling the orchard area. So, I don't show the orchard area much in most of my videos. You know why? Because I don't like going in there. But everything is just about done in there except for the grapes, which I got to figure out what I'm going to do with that grapevine. It's taking over the trellises that you come under. When you come inside the garden, it is trying to go over into my rose bushes. It's just trying to take over. But today, yes, in August, I am going to trim my peach trees. I'm going to trim my apple trees. We're going to weed the entire area and then pull out anything that is dead and not growing. I didn't do well with the orchard area this year. I did get some peaches though. Still no apples, which is fine. I did get the weed barrier laid this year, so that was a plus, right? But I'm also thinking of wood chips. So trees like wood chips. It helps the soil to stay moist. The other thing over here is that the rain, well, not the rain, but when I'm watering, like with the sprinkler, doesn't always get over here. So I'm thinking about doing wood chips over here too. And I was thinking about using chip drop. Here's the thing. I also would like to put some wood chips on my blueberry bushes because that gets very weedy throughout the season. And I just don't want weeds, you know, taking over the areas where I don't really have to care for them because they're kind of self-sufficient. So I'm thinking about doing chip drop. So we're starting on the outside. I gotta work my way into the orchard area. But by the time this video is done, this orchard area is gonna be so clean. I should have showed y'all before. Maybe I will, even though I've already started. Maybe I'll show y'all before I go inside and really get started. Oh no. I pulled a piece of rosemary. It's okay. There's plenty of rosemary where that came from. By the way, wormwood, mugwort, whatever this is, it gets huge. It gets huge and it'll take over. I'm still gonna leave it. I love it. I didn't use any of it this year. Apparently, I didn't use it, but I did harvest it. And then there's a lot of lavender over here too. So that's another reason why I really want to get this weeded, because I want that lavender to get well established so it does not die during the off season. But what I was saying about going through chip drop, I think that this area would benefit from wood chips because wood chips keep weeds down, right? It keeps weeds down, it holds in the moisture. As I was saying, when I water with the sprinkler, it doesn't always get over here. For one, like I said, that grapevine is taking over, so it is huge. So if I put the sprinkler over here, it doesn't always get to this area like it's supposed to. Additionally, you don't really need to water trees that much. Herbs are, they can survive some drought. So I'm thinking if I put wood chips over here, it would very much help this area be a little bit more moist, you know, retain its moisture a little bit better throughout the actual summertime. So I'm definitely thinking of going through chip drop. If you have never heard of chip drop, it is a company where your local arborist will drop off wood chips for you. And so basically when they go somewhere and cut a tree down, instead of them having to go and either like pay for somewhere to dispose of it, they'll just drop it in your front yard, your backyard, you know, wherever it's accessible, and you ask them to drop it off. And so I have signed up before, but I got nervous because I didn't want tree stumps. But then I went on the other day and realized that you can say you don't want stumps. So I also want to use wood chips in the chicken area. I was telling y'all a while ago that I want to pull out all of those wood shavings that have not like completely broken down. But I want to use them in the taller raised beds, right? So I still want to use that, put it in there and let it break down. But I want to be able to future just, you know, add wood chips, it breaks down, and then I add more wood chips. So that's the thing that I'm thinking about too. The other thing is, we all know I didn't really take care of my compost pile this year, and so wood chips are good to just break down, allow them to sit and break down, and so it's really good for a lot of things. So the reason why I'm telling you this is because I do want, oh, that's a thyme bush. Glad I didn't pull that out. I really do, no it's not. I think it's lavender. Anyway, I really do want to do a drop, right? But if I get a big drop, I want to be able to know what I'm going to use it for. And then I could also put it in my paths, because I have areas in my garden where the mole or the vole went under. So there's big holes right in front of the chicken area. It just gets mushy over there when it's too rainy or too wet. And so I could put the wood chips in my path too. So if you are looking for wood chips, think about checking out Chip Drop, because Chip Drop will just bring you wood chips and they are free. Okay, so this grapevine, let me show you. Hope I can move you smooth enough. It's just taking over. You see, literally all of this right here is grapevine. So what it has done though is attached itself to the peach tree, and that is not good either. So that's why we're also gonna go ahead and cut the peach tree in August. I have cut my trees, you know, throughout the summer, and it's never been a problem for me. And so I'm gonna cut my peach trees today. But for these branches that are going this way, at this point I've decided it can have this trellis. It used to be a trellis that I would grow like cucumbers or something up throughout the year, or even tomatoes, but I'm gonna let it have this trellis because I do like having it in the garden, and there are a lot of grapes on it. It's a muscadine grapevine, but I'm just going to kind of train it this way so that it stops going this way. And early in the season I was cutting it, but I didn't keep up with that. So we're just gonna train it to go into the trellis so that we don't lose it. And for this year, because I really need to cut it back. There's another small fence behind this vine, so it has grown on that, and I mean behind this trellis, so it has grown on that trellis, and now it's taken over this trellis, that piece of fencing. So that's what we're doing, because we got to clean this up, y'all. We got to. A good amount of my herbs are in here too, so that's all we're gonna do is train it. This is also, yes, a part of the grapevine up here, but we're gonna take that loose, and we're just gonna train the vine to the trellis that's behind it. And so that's what we're doing. See, did I see this anywhere? No. I just want it out of the way. I didn't see it anywhere. No one said you should do this. It's me in my backyard saying I need to get some control of this grapevine. And I am gonna remember to trim this. Me doing what I'm doing right now is probably gonna make it harder for me to trim it, but I'm still doing it. I'm planning to cut the peach tree way down, and so whatever is connected to the parts that I cut off of this grapevine, it's going to. Because, oh my goodness, y'all. Grapevines seem to be very pliable. Like they don't break easily when you're moving them. So that's a plus. There's so many things to do in fall. Anywho. So that's a part of the peach tree. And I'll show you how I'm cutting the peach tree. But right now, I'm just trying to get some of the stuff out of the way so I can actually make it into the orchard area. And it would probably be a good idea for me to just go ahead and trim the grapevine now, but I can't because the grapes are still growing. See, look at all those grapes. There's grapes all over here. So that's why I don't want to trim the grapevine yet until I have harvested the grapes. So aside from all of the grapes, there's also a lot of spiders out here that I'm trying not to break their webs. They are everywhere. And so this one, he didn't lose the whole web, but lost some of it. It's a really big one. It's still here. We are going to take this echinacea and daisy down too. Like, I just need to be able to get into the orchard area easily. And this stuff will come back next year. But for now, we're going to take it all down. The summer did me well on this side of the garden. These were so pretty for most of the year. And that one strawberry plant that I put over here has taken over. So we're going to pull a lot of the strawberries out. And of course, if you have strawberries, strawberries do runners. They set out runners that will make other plants. So if you need more strawberry plants, this is a perfect time to start getting new strawberry plants too. And you can share them with others. So there, I'm not going to cut back here. There are a bunch of spider egg pods, or I'm not really sure what you call them, on those. So I'm going to leave them so that those spiders can hatch and grow and be a part of my garden. Fall. This is what fall looks like. So now we can kind of get over here. I'm just noticing, I put my feverfew over here. It's dead. I couldn't see it though. Yeah, that feverfew is dead. It came from where I put the bistro set. If you remember, there were plants over there. That feverfew is dead, so now I know I need to start some more next year. We're just gonna move slowly through this because it's so much. It's so much. Okay, so now here we are. Here we are with a lot of weeds. A lot of weeds. Yeah, I'm definitely pretty sure I'm gonna sign up for chip drop. I could avoid a lot of this weeding with wood chips. See, there's a whole strawberry bush, group of strawberry plants right here. And that original strawberry plant was planted way over there. It just keeps going. And there's more weeding that needs to happen on the outside of this little area. But I'm gonna focus on the orchard today. And I forgot I had put foxgloves over here, but we're gonna pull those out because if you remember, someone reminded me or told me that those are poisonous where your food is. And I don't know a lot about it. Someone mentioned it to me. So better safe than sorry on my part. I'm pulling it out. Yeah. We're just gonna, like, all of this is, a lot of this is strawberry. So we're just gonna pull it. And I know somebody's gonna be like, why? Because that's not, I didn't want this to be a strawberry patch. I could put more herbs over here. I didn't want it to be a strawberry patch. There used to be a blackberry bush over here, but I guess the strawberries killed that. Which I'm fine with because that thing was taken over too. The orchard area is kind of like the flower bed. Always looks a mess. But there's food coming out of it, so, you know, no big deal. But every year it's like this. And I do love it. I want it to be a wild area, but I want it to be a wild area full of herbs and things. Herbs and trees. I don't want it to be, I did want it to be strawberries. Have y'all started getting ready for fall yet? Like, this is what getting ready for fall looks like to me. You know, another thing that I need to do over here is I need to have a barrier between the outside weeds and the actual orchard, because a lot of these weeds are coming from the other side of the gate. They just, yeah, might as well take that out. So it's coming from the other side of the gate, and then it just creeps in. I have a lot of creeping weeds in my yard, lots of creeping type plants. So once it put the root down one time, it's gonna come all the way over. Oh my goodness, y'all! But like sage in here, there's so much stuff in here. But right now you can't tell the difference, because there's so many weeds and strawberries. And we're gonna cut the rose bush today too. See, like this. This is a creeping weed. And once this starts creeping, it's gonna keep going. And this was my feverfew. So it's not completely dead, because you got some green on it, right? If it was completely dead, I wouldn't have any green. So now that I'm clearing this out, it probably will get some sun and start to grow again. But there's some green on it. We're gonna keep it. One thing about fall, it starts out to be a lot. like right now, this is a lot for me. And I really wish I had wood chips right now so I could just start throwing it down. But you know what I might do is just come back over here and put down some weed barrier. That way at least it'll keep it weed free until I get some wood chips. We're gonna see. It's my other feverfew, but like I said, it's not dead because there's green. All right, let's get this show on the road. You know, I tell my kids all the time, I'm like, it's like we live on a swamp. Anyway, there are so many spider egg things in here. That's really cool. I do like that. Like, that is saying like you are out here with nature. It's out here with you. There are lots of them out here. Yeah, I like that. So much more space to plant over here. When I do this, I'm like, you are missing so much planting space. And I still got grapevine in here that I gotta move around too. Can't even see my fig tree. Oh God, we gotta get this done. And when you let it get this far out of control, you sometimes can't tell the difference between the plants that you are pulling out from the like herbs. Like, don't let it get this far. When I'm done inside of here, I'm gonna go around the outside with the weed whacker and just really try to define like, don't come over here. I'm gonna try. I don't know that that's gonna happen, but we're making good progress. I have to go into work at, it's Sunday, but I have to go in and work at 9, so we're gonna have to take a break and come back. But I feel like I'm making good progress. Like, this is a grapevine going all the way across here. I'm gonna slide it in here, but take it from me. Take it from me. Don't let it get this far out of hand. I do this every year. If you're not new here, I do this every year. But this year, or next year or this year, I'm really gonna work on some way to let it not get this far out of hand every year. I can see my fig tree. My new fig tree this year. I have wanted to grow figs. I didn't know, you know, which one to get or whatever, because I wasn't sure about figs. I'll tell you, I'm excited to be switching over to fall. Even though it's a lot of work. Somebody put in their comment the other day, like, I'm scared to extend my guide because you was working. But it is. I won't say it's not a lot of work in the, you know, switching over and things, but it's very much worth it. It is very much worth it to me. Okay, so that area is clean. We're gonna have to figure out how to keep it clean through the fall, but we will. But that area is clean. I'm feeling super excited about that. And that is the pile so far, right? Like, and we're not even done. There's a huge pile of weeds. And this is a little footage from the outside. So we still got to get this whole side done. Up under the grapevine is not that bad, but this whole side I still need to get done.